Flip Classroom, Day 1. Today, we're going to review percentages and how to use a helpful formula known as is over of equals percent over 100. Basically, with this formula, you will be able to either find the part of the fraction, the whole fraction, or the percentage. You will always be given 100 as your percent. Remember that a percentage is just a fraction over 100. To solve these problems, you're going to follow 3 simple steps. Step 1, plug in the information. You will always be given 3 of these informations, either the is, the of, the percent, and the 100. Once again, the 100 will always be there. Step 2 is to cross multiply. So if you're given the is, you will multiply your is times 100, and then divide by either your percent or your of. If you're given the of, you'll do your of times percent, and then divide by 100. And then lastly, you will just reduce. So now, let's go ahead and try these 2 problems. A, 40% of 80 is how much? B, 60% of 200 is how much? Be sure to use this formula to solve the problem. Okay, let's see how you did. So in problem A, I took my percent and put it over 100 to get 40 over 100. Then, since I saw the word of, I put that at the bottom where my of is, 80. Then I used step 2, which was cross multiply. So I multiplied 80 times 40 to get 3,200 and divided by 100 to get 32, which was step 3, reduce. For problem B, once again, I took my 60% and put it next to the percent sign. The 100's always there, and since it says of 200, I put that in the of section. Step 2 is cross multiply, so I did 200 times 60. 200 times 60 gave me 12,000, divided by 100 to get 120. Remember, when you divide by 100, you can just cross out the zeros. Now, let's try a harder problem. How would you solve this problem right here? What percent of the total area is the small square? It's time to see how you did. So the first thing you should do with a problem like this is identify keywords in the problem. So I identified percent, area, and small square. With this, I know I should start with the area. And I know that the area of a rectangle is base times height. So I look at my small square and see the dimensions are 5 by 5, and the big square is 8 by 10. So I do 5 times 5 to give 25 for the area of the small square, and 8 times 10 for the area of the big square. Now I can use my is over of formula to find out what percentage the small square is of the total area. So my is in this case is 25, and my of, the whole, is 80. So now I cross multiply 25 times 100 and divide by 80 to get 31.25, and then I keep my label percent.